Hello, I'm the Media Wiz, because one art form wasn't enough, and today I'm going to be playing a little bit of Action 52 on Sega Genesis. So, Action 52, for a little bit of a backstory, was this notoriously terrible NES game. It came out around the end of the NES, like this was around the time Super Nintendo was coming out to compete with Sega Genesis. And as you can tell, this is a very early example of a Sega Genesis game because the cartridge, it looks like one of the games that they would make for, I think, their first model Sega Genesis. And Action 52, much like other notoriously bad games we've talked about here, like E.T. on Atari and Superman 64 and Sonic 06 and horrible games like that, this is one of those games where they just rushed the damn thing out. And I highly recommend looking up the backstory for this game. There's a video from the YouTube documentary channel Magic Mush. He did a really good job chronicling the Action 52 Cheetah Men backstory. But long story short, there was this one guy who was a part of this amateur gaming company called, it's on the back here, it's Active Enterprises. And he bought this game cartridge that had like 8 games on it for his son, and he was like, oh, well, why don't we make a game cartridge that had like a ton of games, notably 52. And well, Cheetah Men was their attempt at trying to cash in on the Ninja Turtles craze that everybody was doing, you know, the radical team of crime-fighting anthropomorphic animals, and Cheetah Men was their attempt at trying to create their own franchise. You know, they wanted to make action figures and comic books. In fact, the NES version of the game, some actually came with a comic book as well, and there's a very rare commercial for Action 52 that actually had the Cheetah Men, like they all had like distinct personalities, kind of like Ninja Turtles. But yeah, that's all the NES game, and obviously there was the Cheetah Men 2 game that's a whole rabbit hole in and of itself. But as for Action 52, I do not have the NES game. However, I do have the Sega Genesis version of the game, and well, I'm going to be playing a little bit of it. So this isn't really a let's play, it's just kind of a little me playing some of the game, and you get to see some of my initial reactions to it. Very quick cut, we're not going to spend too much time on it, because let me tell you, after playing a lot of these, clearly they didn't put a whole lot of effort into the playing of the games, so I was just going to play as much as I possibly could. So far the opening menu music is pretty good. Active. It's the same company that did the original NES Action 52. Alright. So, oh god, it's gonna be one of those, like, Atari games. That's pretty much what Action 52 feels like. It just feels like it's one of those, like, plug-and-play games where you get a bunch of games that you get from, like, the old Atari days, and it's just, oh, updated with, I guess, 90s 16-bit graphics? I paused by hitting the start button. Yeah, that's some great design work there. But anyway, I'm realizing these are supposed to be 2-player games. I throw it to this person, this dinosaur, this Barney knockoff character, and it doesn't hit it because there's not a second player. That's already a step in the right direction. Final Tennis Ooze. Alright, this is one of the games they remade from the original NES version, so let's see how this goes. The music in the title screen was good for Sega Genesis. Is this platform gonna come back? Or did I just miss my chance? Oh! Oh! Alright, B is jump. Oh! Oh my god. Okay, yeah. The thing is, the problem with games like this is that it just throws you into it. It doesn't give you a chance to adapt. Oh great, platformer with falling damage, great. Okay, so it might be better than the NES version, but that's not saying much. One of those slider puzzle games. This sucks. Reset. Yeah, there's a lot more puzzle games in this version of it than the other one. Oh god, this is so awful. Oh. Hey, you wanted to find something worse than MS Paint? Here you go. Try drawing this with a D-pad and buttons. Haunted Hill. Okay, this one was in the original. This one at least looks a little bit more like a horror game, like it's supposed to. Alright. Level 1. Never gonna get used to that. Alright. Okay, I don't like the sound design so far. Whoa! Why? Why action platformer where jumping, just simply jumping from a high platform kills you? Damn, oh, yeah, that was my fault. I ran into that. The other problem is they make the enemies way too fast. It's like, how are you supposed to get around that? It would help maybe if you had power-ups and, like, you know, maybe you let that take off one of your power-ups or... Oh, here we go. The best one. The best one. Super early in the game. It's not last this time. Cheetah Men. Here we go. Alright. Okay, B is jump. C is punch. Alright. Careful. Alright. Okay. Oh god, this is... Oh god, you gotta wait for enemies to go. Oh god. There's like so many... Okay. What? Are you kidding me? I was punching! Oh god, one more time. One more time. And then we're done with this. Oh god, yeah, there's a bat. Okay, done. Not playing more of that. Alien attack. I can only assume this is yet another... This is gonna be a space shooter. For sure. Oh no, it's like a side-scroller. Okay, wait. Enemies are just running right through me now. Okay, C button is what shoots. Okay, you can run and shoot at the same time. Great.
Level complete.
Really? Wow.
Level 2.
Level 2? Really? That was barely a level. Oh, now we're in Doom. Okay, yeah. And as soon as the level starts, I immediately die. I hate the fact that you can't go to the main menu with one of the buttons or some kind of button combination. Billy Bob. This is a remake of one of the games from the NES version, except this time it looks like... Oh. Okay. This one's just basically a rail shooter. Versus the original NES one, Billy Bob was like a platform game. Alright. I'm also getting really sick of the reused sound effects, like the screams and whatnot. Level 2? Okay.
Level 2.
Wow, okay, so even when you do get past level 1, it really is just, like, they just repeat the same kind of strategy. Scuba game. Sharks, alright. Yeah, this I believe this is another recreation of an NES game. Just kill sharks and that's it. I mean, the sharks don't even seem to be bothering me, but unless I get in their direct line of sight. Alright, this is about as lackadaisical as the one on the NES as far as I can remember. It's like if you just don't get in their way, the sharks just swim right by you like nothing. Knockout. This is, yeah, this is just poor man's Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Alright, and you can jump like you're 20 feet in the air. It's another one of those two-player games where you have to have two people. They couldn't even program CPUs for simple stuff like this. Again, that baffles me because the original NES game only had like 2 games that were 2 players.
Level 1.
Intruder? Okay, so what am I Oh, great. Awesome. Be careful. Make sure not to step too far. Because... Oh, are you serious?
Level 1.
It's like you're not even remotely close to it, but it still reads it as, oh, you're stepping on the whatever this is. Like, what is this like science fiction? Are you supposed to be inside someone's body and you're shooting at germs? What is going on? Also, your character goes super slow. Barely enemies on the screen. When they do show up, you end up walking into this. What are these guys you're up against? Are they supposed to be like ancient pharaohs or something? I'm done. I hate this. This sucks. Echo.
Level 1.
Okay. Okay. This is basically just Simon Says. So I guess I'm supposed to bring items from that side of the street to this side of the street. Mousetrap. Is it like the board game? Or okay, so you're a mouse and you're dodging cats. Wasn't this a game? Wait a minute. Wasn't this a game on Okay, level 2. Great. Wasn't there a game like this on Magnavox Odyssey? Where it was like that was called like Cat and Mouse, except this is called Mousetrap. Okay, so C is like, yeah, you throw an item. And B is jump. And again, you can jump like 20 feet in the air. And it's another one of those games where there's like barely any enemies. Wait.
Level 2.
I feel no sense of accomplishment continuing. Will they start trying to make things more difficult? No, it just feels like it's the same level on repeat. Like, same backgrounds and everything. Oh my god. You just have to dodge trees. Oh, there we go. Okay, now it's getting a little more exciting, I guess. Ooh. This is just riveting, isn't it? This is just like the chef game. You have to catch things as they're falling. Is there a way to speed up or anything? You can jump. What's the point? Oh, it's because the apples are hitting me. That's what it is. I thought it was because I wasn't getting all the apples. Oh, so it's like knockoff Skater Die now. Alright, wait. Beach balls kill you? Are you serious? Is there a way to, okay, yeah, I get the grand tradition of this game, jumping 50 feet in the air. Is there something I'm supposed to be collecting, or is it just dodge the obstacles on the street? Sunday Drive. This one I vaguely remember. Yeah, this is just, it's just not Truck Simulator. It's just you driving on a highway and you have to dodge the cars by swerving lanes like a lunatic. Isn't this just riveting? You know, people can say what they want about Truck Simulator being boring or whatever. Truck Simulator is at least therapeutic. This is just like, I don't know, making this an overhead is, it's way more interesting when it's a first-person game. The signs it says Segaville, like every time you get past that sign, I don't even care that I died, it doesn't matter. God, they can't even have like interesting ways of like the truck spinning out or whenever you crash. Star Evil. The name is reused. Okay, yeah, it's just another space shooter. Comes away. Alright. I can jump. Oh, yeah, I vaguely remember this one. This is one of those games where you could literally just stay on the right end of the screen, and the only way that a bomb will hit you is if you stop. Or move closer to the left of the screen. Yeah. But other than that, yeah. It's weird that the jumping in this game is so, like, you can jump that high, and yet for some reason, like, falling damage is such a reoccurring thing in a lot of these levels, too. Okay. I was trying to reset, but I think I'm just supposed to dodge objects in this. It doesn't seem like I can shoot or anything. All I can do is move left and right. Yeah, see? Okay. Let's see. Is level 2 any different? I highly doubt it. Yeah, it's the same thing, just different music. So far, the only like racing game we had was that one Daytona game. Like, if they made this a speedboat racing game, this probably would have been a little bit more exciting. But as it is, it's just dodge projectiles. Dead Ant. Okay. Okay, so you can shoot things, but so far there's nothing to shoot at. There we go. And this goes extremely slow. I'm landing hits on things that like aren't even fully rendered on the screen yet. Is it because it can't be because it can't reach them, because I can see the spiders coming closer. Alright, medieval game. Alright, let's see what this can be. Once again, see, you launch arrows. Apparently I hit something. I'll give them this. At least this one's somewhat original in the fact that, you know, we haven't had any medieval games yet. But, you know, again, the gameplay is just really, really easy and self-explanatory. I mean, these guys aren't even, like, trying to lob weapons at me. They're not throwing anything, they're not shooting arrows like I am. This one's called Norman, and for some reason, this is the tank game that I think the NES version had Saddam Hussein in, for some reason. But alright, I don't know why the tanks bleed every time you shoot them. That's not how that works, but okay. I'll never understand why they'll just have these like long stretches of just no enemies on screen. And then other times you'll just have a million enemies just spammed all across. Oh, okay. Jack and the Beanstalk game. Alright. Something different. Okay, I want to see if I can actually get to level 2 with this, just because I want to see if it's one of those where maybe the second level actually will be something different and not just the same thing. Because I think you could do a lot with a Jack and the Beanstalk game. You know, first level you're climbing up, trying to dodge obstacles, and then the next could be you and the giant's home, maybe? Alright, it's just the same thing. Didn't even try. You could have had a lot of fun with that, and you just chose not to. Meteor, okay, yep, another space shooter, here we go. They weren't even having the stuff hitting the buildings or whatever. It's like they didn't want people to have fun. Oh, now you got stuff coming sideways. I guess you can say they tried to shake it up a bit. This is just a climb ladders game and shoot it. Guys, there's a bunch of those in the original Action 52, so I can kind of see. Why it's called The Boss, I'll never know. You have to be, like, specifically, like, aimed when you're on these ladders. Oh, we're dinosaur gangsters, I guess? Oh god, I'm gonna die. Whatever, who cares? We're close to the end. We're like on the last two, which are the most jarring from what I can remember when I looked up stuff about this game. Okay. First game is what the 51st is called, right? And then you start it up, it's Pong. It's just Pong. The fact that they decided to use Pong because they were that bereft of ideas is mind-boggling. I'll challenge, and as far as I can tell, it's just like a speed run of some of the more difficult levels here. Like, look.
Level 9.
Oh, level 9. Oh, yes. Well, yeah. See, it's just.
Level 9.
I'm surprised that it even goes up to 9. That's incredible. It's not even 52 games then. It's just 51. And that's being generous because Pong, I can't even believe that's 51st. So, yeah, I'm done. We're done with Action 52 on Sega Genesis. Screw this. So yeah, that does it for Action 52. Final thoughts. This is easily one of the worst games I've ever played. I don't know if I could say it's worse than E.T. on Atari, because E.T. on Atari, even when I was able to get it to work, I seriously could not play that game worth crap. Some games in here just feel incredibly derivative of other better games that you'd see on NES or Atari or any of the game consoles that were out before it. There are plenty of games where they just recycle assets entirely from other games on the cartridge. You know, even the ones that are actually somewhat decent, they're not that great. Like, the space shooters in here, the few that there are, aren't terrible. At the same time, it just made me feel like, why aren't I playing these on Atari? And like, for 1993, I thought we were out of the whole Space Invader clone era of gaming. So yeah, while this is probably better than the NES version, I would hate to see how that runs. It's probably better than that, but at the same time, this is still one of the worst games on Sega Genesis, hands down. Whenever people say this is one of the worst games for Sega Genesis, they're not wrong. I mean, compared to other Sega Genesis games I've played and reviewed, like Awesome Possum, for example, Awesome Possum is terrible, but this is so much worse. So yeah, that's all that really needs to be said about Action 52. Tune in next time. We're going to be starting July very soon with the next MediaWiz video I'm going to be doing as a commentary. So, and it was a request. I'm not going to spoil too much about it, but it's something Superman related because Superman's coming up in a bit. But either way, until then, I'm the MediaWiz because one art form wasn't enough.